Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael.
My name's Cleve.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship. What the podcast dares to ask? Have you ever had a pet that had so many goddamn rules?
It's like a pet that's getting older, and you have to give it like certain medication. If you have to have a pill box for your pet, man, it's a problem.
Jesus. What are we talking about today, Cleve?
Today, we are talking Gremlins, Secret of the Mogwai.
Did you ever sit at home and think, man, I wonder what fucking Gizmo did before things happened?
I think I wondered about the Mogwai.
Origin of Mogwai? That's fair.
Yeah. But Gizmo in particular, no. And in fact, if we just want to get right into that, that irritates me, is that his name is Gizmo in this.
Okay.
Because specifically, after I watched the first two episodes of this, I went to the Gremlins movie. And they go to a shop, and the dad's like, yeah, I want to buy that thing for my son. Because white man just like throw money at it. And they're like, nope. And his grandson or nephew or something, I don't remember. It was not important. It was like, I'll sell it to you. Just go meet me in the back. Sells it to him. Dad comes home, gives it to his son. And he's like, it's a Mogwai. And his son's like, a what? He goes, I don't know, some Chinese word. I've just been calling him Gizmo. He seems to like it. So how did two people
telepathy?
I guess
the fucking Gizmo's just so smart. He's like, and the dude's just receptive to it. He's like, yeah, Gizmo. Nah,
also,
Gizmo.
I watched it with subtitles. I don't think I realized that he talked in the first one, but anyway, yeah. So
fucking show.
Yeah. In this show, he's trying to explain his name, which sounds like Gizmo, and the kid's like Gizmo. He's like, no, Gizmo. Like, okay, Gizmo. It's like, yeah, you know what? That's fine. Let's fucking go. And who hasn't been there?
I would say both Cleve and I have had the similar situations. Clev? Yeah, fuck whatever, man. Sure. Yeah,
you got it.
Meekle? Yeah, whatever. Just whatever, man. It's whatever you need to put on there.
But then, if it's the same, my way, because they live forever, that's fine.
Yeah, because this was like 1920s, I think is what they were saying, right? It was like 20s, 30s. It wasn't
for the show.
Yeah, it wasn't like current.
No, it wasn't current. It was definitely once upon a time. But then for the dad to get the name, I just bothered. It's just annoying me. Anyway,
no, it's 100% accurate.
This show is about the Wayne family.
It is.
And
in Hong Kong, Shanghai.
It is Shanghai.
Sorry.
I remember
it does make a significant difference between the two.
Yeah, because I remember the grandpa mentioned it, who is played by James Hong, who's just an all-star. Like all the best is James Hong. He's getting up there, and I think about it sometimes, and it makes me sad. That man is all of.
He is up there.
Yes, indeed. I went to the IMDb page, and it's like they're hiding it. God damn, he's born in 1929. He's almost 100.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, yeah, and it's a stellar fucking cast. Ming-Na Wen plays his mother. B.D. Wong plays his father. They have not introduced them yet, but George Takei is in it. Bowen Yang from SNL. Randall Park from Fresh Off the Boat. The MCU. Huh?
The Interview.
I don't know where you might know him.
Yeah, no. Know him from all.
Sandra Oh.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, Grey's Anatomy.
Did she do anything else?
She's done other stuff. She was the mom in The Incredibles.
Oh.
No, Invincible. Invincible, not Incredibles. Invincible. The Amazon Prime comic
Yep. Okay.
show.
Yep.
And she has her own show too, but I don't watch it. Um, the grandpa's like this old treasure hunter, fucking old head.
He he super reminds me of like all old grandpas in these cartoons.
He reminds me of himself as every character.
That's fair.
Like every character he's played, it's like this character.
Yeah, 100% fair.
Um, Sam Wing is the son, played by Isaac Wang, and I enjoy his voice acting. I think he's doing pretty well in it so far from what I've seen. And there's a very light comical tone to some of the parts, like when the mom's like, if he mentions to you adventure or magic or any of those keywords, you get out of there. And then they're walking down the street and he's like, yeah, we're gonna go have a little adventure. And he goes, cool, that's what mom said. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'll talk to you later. Because he's a little goody boy.
And he pulled out a knife. He's like, "Yeah, Mom said that you don't know anything about knives." It was very much a cartoon.
It was a cartoon.
I will say I did not enjoy it that much. I don't know if it'll
Didn't
grasp
enjoy it?
me
Okay.
later, because I'll probably continue to watch it just because now I need to know. But like,
Oh, well, you're not gonna get any answers season one.
well, I need to know if it gets
be-
better, much like Velma.
Oh, okay. Did you finish Velma?
How many times am I going to reference Velma in this month? So many times, guys.
Did you finish Velma?
No, but I am powering through it. Yeah, I have to like really selectively be like, all right, guys, I've watched enough good content. Let me force this down my throat for a minute.
What's funny about that is it's over, so you could just sit and knock it out.
No, yeah,
like,
no, but I don't want
at
to.
small doses. Please.
It doesn't get better.
I didn't imagine it would.
What?
I didn't imagine it would.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you know what? With all the things that they're canceling and like continuing, like Velma, but then dropping Doom Patrol and Teen Titans, or not Teen Titans, Titans. Like, I want to see. Why do I have to have this app? Is there something that you're giving me that makes me still keep this app?
Right.
And so this was the next new thing.
Shazam
Shazam 2's on there, but I haven't watched that yet either.
I think maybe a lot of it has to do with I wasn't like a huge fan of Gremlins. So
Yeah.
like maybe that there's no desire there for me to
That's
be
fair.
like,
I don't know that I'd call myself a fan,
yeah.
but I was familiar and I
Yeah.
didn't hate it.
I think the art's really pretty. It reminds me a lot of the Overwatch cartoons. I don't remember if you remember like the cutscenes that would tell you storyline about the Overwatch, but like the art style was very similar to that, and I've enjoy it. So I think like it's a really pretty art style. It's vivid colors, and I enjoy that, even though I can't see most of them. But
Is there a rule behind? Okay, so there's 3 rules to Mogwais.
Mhm.
No bright lights. Sunlight can damn near kill them, if not kill them. No water of any kind. I don't know what that means. Like, how do they hydrate?
that's fair.
And then, because even if you're drinking, like it gets on your upper lip anyway. And then no food after midnight. I don't know what time zone that necessarily stands for.
Right.
But no.
That's a fair, solid. It's a solid question. And I feel like a question that if we didn't dig deeper into the story of the Mogwai, we wouldn't have to worry about this.
That's fair. I mean, I feel like someone knows the answers, but I get what you're saying.
That's like Beetlejuice. When you say Beetlejuice 3 times, like what is the time limit on that? If I said Beetlejuice 2 times prior, I know I've hit it too. Like so, in a month, if I say it again, does he appear? What's the time limit on that?
Yes, but really late. See, okay,
He's
so
like, I've got blue ball for the last month, kid. What the fuck do you want?
and at first I thought maybe that's how they just reproduced, right? They they get wet, and so they don't want to do it until they're ready to do it,
Fair.
right? But why do they come out as just some of the ugliest versions of it ever. And it's always like that. We're out and they're just hideous or dumb or like it's almost as if he is one complete soul. And when he gets wet, one that's
It
anger,
fractures
one
him.
that's stupidity. Like, yeah, it's so weird. I don't understand
It's a
any of it.
solid explanation to that.
And then also it was like there was a scene where Sam was very sad because his parents were abducted by a sorcerer who was going to eat them like his grandfather.
Yo,
Take all that in,
we need to talk about that scene. Anyway, finish what you're talking about.
and a teardrop's coming down. Kids was like, "What?" They have to jump out of the way. I'm like, "What a hard never
Ne-
water ever."
When he
All the
was floating on
bottom,
the log, he had to like fucking.
not even the bottom of your feet. Like, also it was raining. It's gonna get anyway. Um,
No, there was a leaf over it.
that makes sense. Continue on with the grandfather swallowing.
There's an evil sorcerer trying to get the Mogwai so he can get to the Jade Village where they all live.
Who's
He gives a
played by
real-
Matthew Rise, who's like the first name in the top cast, which kind of annoys me. But continue. Sorry,
He gives a real
it kind of frustrates me.
He gives a real Rasputin vibe,
Okay,
but then sometimes they hint at like an Asian culture that he's from. So I'm not sure. I don't know which way to go with that. But he's the villain. Sorcerer.
not a question.
Not a question. He's a real piece of shit. And he hires children to help him. He
It's like they do much in a way that I watched something else not too long ago, but much in a way that like you would for like prostitutes.
Yeah.
Like you owe me a debt. You need to work this debt off.
Yeah.
So I guess good thing that she does crime. I don't know. Keep going.
Well, I mean, depending, it's Max, baby. Who knows? This man turned the grandpa into an orb with his magic.
Mm-hmm.
He took his hand, put it on his lower jaw, like inserted it in his mouth, gripped his lower jaw, and yanked. And you heard a sickening pop. To which he then deep throats this fucking ball. To the point where when he heard a
Pelican.
noise. Yeah, like a pelican. Here's a noise. Or like a snake, because the snake like unhinges its jaw and like, yeah, it's essentially suffocating itself to eat. Fucking hears a noise in another room and looks to his henchman and is like, oh, yeah. Like he's like a mouthful of fucking grandpa ball. A grandpa ball just shoved deep in his throat. And, like,
and poor Ellie, who
It
is the
was
child he was hired,
horrific.
is horrified.
It was.
She is living a nightmare right now.
I was like, thank God my child's not paying attention to what the fuck I'm watching. Because it was nightmare inducing. And I'm a grown adult. And I watched that and I'm like, this is fucked. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. No.
Hey, the scene takes the stand. You think Grandpa's still alive? How does this work?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's encased in like amber, like that mosquito in Jurassic Park. So at some point they're gonna extract Grandpa DNA.
It's a jade stone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. And then when they go to the Jade Village, they're gonna gut him like a fish.
And then he swallows you, and then has all of your
memories,
like knowledge.
Yeah, he has your being,
and can talk like you, which is a fucking nightmare.
Because then he ate their parents, right, or his parents, right?
Not on camera,
right?
So we
but
don't.
Like he had knowledge that
because they got him a note. Remember, saying that he was okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They were surrounded by fire or whatever. The fire prison they get put in, which you can only live through for so long before you die of dehydration. I guess it's cartoon. It's fine. I don't hate more information about mysterious characters. There's just, and I've said it before, there's the Wolverine effect, right? Where we've hammered out every little bit of what made him mysterious.
Yeah.
So now he's like, yeah. He's
Yeah.
just a father figure to everybody.
Yeah, no, the cool thing about the Gremlins movie is he buys it from a mysterious shop that just sells mysteriously cool things. And
You were not a fan, so I'm sure you did not put together, nor did you notice. But Sam, the little boy with Gizmo, is the shopkeeper in the movie.
I assumed
Yeah,
that that would be what the connection was, but
connection. Yeah,
yeah. Mainly because it was in the past and so long ago.
and I had forgot they sang. It was in the movie and in the show, but I forgot that they sang.
He
But
sure
yeah,
did.
okay.
He sang him a lullaby. Those 6 little gremlins, they're going to be a part of this. Like they're going to be constant
Yeah,
chaos
they're
happening,
going full gremlin.
and I don't need them. I
Mm.
think we needed one or the other. What was the
Yeah,
purpose in introducing them?
it's interesting that you're maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe we go off an adventure, we come back and deal with that.
No,
But
I
yeah, we're
think they're
going
gonna
off
like also go
to
to.
where they're from,
Mm-hmm.
but then their gremlins are there. So it's the water that multiplies them, and it is the food
That
that
turns them.
changes them into fucking monsters. That's a weird. All right, it's just a weird. All right, yeah,
And
that's fine.
I need an
Mystery
explanation
animal.
as to why that is.
Oh, difficult digesting.
Like, just who put all these rules on them?
It's like everything. Like who had to figure that out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who had to figure out that mushroom was
Yeah.
poisonous? That sucked. Who
Who?
had to figure out that it's fucking good what a Mogwai? Also, a lot of people know about these rules considering that nobody knows what they are.
I assumed that, and maybe I missed a part because I was also making lunch for my kid at the time while watching this. But like, the grandpa just had a fucking trunk full of them. I assumed he had to experiment on them to figure it out, and then was like, "These are mine. Now I have to deal with this."
Um, Grandpa had a trunk full of them because Sam splashed water on Gizmo.
Oh, okay. So he
It popped
did.
off of him.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying they look like
Yeah.
fucking.
Okay. That makes even more sense. Okay. Yeah. To what your comment was. Yeah. That's what. Why was one already gremlified then? One was half gremlinfied, like had
With the nails.
claws.
That's what I'm saying. They just kind of pop out
So it's like that's where you're saying
different
it's
vibes.
different. Yeah.
And his was sharp nails, like Spike. That was like Spike's whole thing.
Okay.
Um,
When are we gonna get to the sexy gremlin though?
I was gonna say, are you excited for them? One of them to turn into a bat and then fly through a wall and make the Batman signal, and Sexy Gremlin, who I think never died and just got married to some businessman,
Oh.
and then Vegetarian Gremlin, and then Smart Gremlin, and then Spider Gremlin. He's gonna be in across the Spider Verse.
I've heard. I've heard the rumors.
Crossover of a lifetime.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm being harsh on the show when I said I didn't like it. It's not that I don't like it. Yeah, I think there were other cartoons that have captivated me more that weren't necessarily for my demographic. I'm obviously not who they're shooting for. I think back to like cartoons that really shine a light on and support Asian culture and community. And I think like back to the Jackie Chan cartoon, which I feel like killed it, like was just super good at what it did. And maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe that's nostalgia helping with that one. But like I really enjoyed
I
that
guess we'll have to go
cartoon.
back and watch it.
That's fair.
Continue.
I think that, it did a really good job of drawing me in quickly. This has not done that yet. But I mean, maybe it'll be cool. Maybe it'll be a good adventure for the kid and the girl that was going to be evil but is now maybe on his side.
I'll tell you what. You take care of Velma. I'll keep watching this, and I'll let you know.
One of us is choking down frozen chicken
But you don't
nuggets,
like either. You know what I mean?
one of us-
You don't like either, and I like one.
That's fair.
So-
That's fair.
Maybe you should like more things. Yeah, no. I think to me, it's like are cashing a little bit on
Yes.
like Mandalorian stuff and whatnot, right?
I was gonna say, I think that it's HBO really trying to grasp at the intellectual properties that they already own that they haven't necessarily tapped into in hopes that it will create a spark. They're less, they've cut back on most of their Warner Brothers stuff. We've already talked about they killed Batgirl, they washed away Doom Patrol, and Titan is gone, and so like all these things are falling off. And I think they're like, man, what's something that's going to be a cash grab? Oh, Gremlins did really well. We own that IP. How can we benefit off of
Boys.
that?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And it's going to do poorly in that aspect. It may be a good cartoon. In the end, it may be awesome. But, like, it's going to fail what Max wants it to be. I hate calling it
If it's really,
Max.
really good, they'll cancel it. Oh, yeah. I do too. I hate it so dumb.
It's going to fail at being what Max needs it and wants it to be. And thus, they will kibosh it. It's going to get a season, maybe a second season.
And we'll just have to stick to Clone High.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to watching that one. It's out.
It is out.
I think it could be fun. I think we would have been better off with a hijinks story about the Six getting loose and them trying to capture them, and that part of it, rather than us running from this demented sorcerer that just wants to get to the Jade Valley for power. Like, I would have been fine if that whole element was not a part of it.
Yeah, it could have been 8 episodes about capturing those 6.
Yeah.
They could have turned into spiders and vegetation.
Stitch proved that was a thing that you could do. They made, 3 seasons of Lilo and Stitch trying to capture other Stitches, basically.
I don't remember if it was good, but I remember
it was okay. It was a spinoff of the second movie, which was Leroy and Stitch. Yeah, because Leroy was the.
I don't even like you saying that.
Because Leroy was the next number, 627 or 625. I can't remember. He was one of those. And so then it was like, oh wait, if Stitch is 626 and Leroy is one of these two, like, oh my god, think of all the fucking cartoon ammo we have.
And the girl one? When did that one come into play?
Angel. She was in the actual... I think she was in that same... No, she was in the first cartoon.
Also, how many creatures do we have that look like this? Because there's Yoda and Grogu. There's the Gremlins, and then there's Stitch. What else? Is that it? Still 3?
I mean, do you just count regular mice like Despero? Stuart Little?
I don't know. Pointy-eared?
Yeah.
Big head, big-eared, little body?
What about those little fucking guys that are really good at being mechanics in Star Wars now?
I do like them.
I really enjoy that.
I would say they don't count because we're already pulling the Star Wars character that does count.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There could be more out there. I'm just not thinking of. Dobby from Harry Potter.
He makes me uncomfortable.
You should. It's a sexual thing. He's obsessed with Harry Potter to a weird degree. Yeah. Master Potter must not go out. I love you, Master Potter. And it's a whole thing. I mean, he's got a sock.
With that sock.
All right. I'm glad we both understood. Look, everybody at home knew. You all knew. You don't just.
I know about him. He's
you don't give some weird sexually charged being a fucking sock. Anyway, what are your hopes for the cartoon? Where are you hoping it goes?
I mean, obviously, a great story would be nice, right? I like to think that when you take a long time to come out with something else for the story, you've written something well. I like to think.
So, do you think that we've been developing it for a while, or are you saying the distance between the origin material and now?
I don't feel like this is a rushed project because of the amount of people you brought on. because it is culturally important, we'll
Mm-hmm.
say, you don't have the how can I put this? You don't have that wiggle room for it to suck
Yeah,
because then these studios, these people aren't going to want to do it again.
I will remind you that unfortunately, DC/Warner Brothers doesn't have the best track record for their cartoons lately, or any of their
I mean,
shows.
or movies or anything. Yeah,
Movies. Flash apparently is going to do really well. Everybody swears
I
how
mean,
amazing it was,
oh, I'm
but
so shocked by that. I was trying to look for who's writing it. Okay,
um,
so um, Peter Chin,
mm-hmm.
um, the staff writer, Anna Christopher, who was done things apparently. Um, a nice way to say this quickly is it looks like the writing cast is diverse,
And nicely staffed. Like they've got a
and
good
yeah,
accolade.
a lot of the names look like people who should be telling a nation story. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if that sounds bad.
No, I mean we've talked about this before.
Chun
Where
Hei,
voices
yeah, Chin,
representation's important, especially when
writing
you're
for
telling a
their
story,
people.
right? Um, if you guys don't know already, Cleve and I have this horrible ability that allows us to look at shows and go, "This is what's going to happen," and ruin it for everybody. My feeling for that is that we're going to get the 6 gremlins to the Jade area, like the village, and they will then revert back to him. Like that place will have some kind of healing property that will allow him to.
Interesting. Is it a bath of fire since water apparently makes him
I
go
don't
ape
think so. I
shit?
think it's going to be like they can eat and drink in that area whenever.
Mm.
Like in this
Okay.
area, it's mystic and they can do what they want.
Sure. Magic. Yeah. Why not, right? With
Yeah.
magic, really, the possibilities are endless.
But then he's gonna
I
fucking
want to
go
say in the
off with his
movies
kid.
they just murdered them.
Yeah, violently.
So, maybe
It's a
we'll
Christmas
murder them.
movie, remember? I
It
think the
is a
second
Christmas
one,
movie.
right? Is the second
The
one?
first one.
Oh,
The
is the
first
first
one
one?
is.
Okay.
The second one might. The
I don't
first
know.
one definitely is because again, I watched the first 45-ish minutes of it.
I just, anyways, guys, if you're excited about this, let us know. If there's something there out there in your childhood that you're like, man, I need to see this cartoon explanation for this movie, let us know.
And
Do you
are
guys
there
want a
any big
RoboCop
Gremlin
movie coming
fans
back?
out there?
There are. They're the same fans that shop at Hot Topic and get very upset if you talk anything bad about things like what's that?
Universe.
Do you remember that
Um,
that which movie you randomly
The
referenced one?
Craft.
Yeah, thank you. If you speak ill of the craft, they will find you. Same Gremlins
I
people.
just because it's the two movies, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe something animated.
Yeah. Probably. Then that was the
Like
era.
it's two movies enough to have like a
Nightmare Before
solid fan
Christmas.
base. Yeah, I guess so.
Nightmare Before Christmas is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
those
talking about
people.
my feeling of the movie. I just mean like the fan base is insane.
Yeah.
The
They like to
level
hold on to
of
things.
well, and it's
But,
like there's so many
but
varying levels of it. Like there's Tim Burton fans, then there's like Jack and Sally fans, but then there's like the whole movie fans. There's fans that are just obsessed with Oogie Boogie, and then there's Disney fans that like are obsessed about it because it's Disney. It's a I don't get it. It's a phenomena. I will say that I often find it humorous when it's Tim Burton fans, but we won't get into that, guys. That's not what today's episode's about. Let us know if there's something you guys wanted to hear about, like the tale of Slimer, and make a new cartoon. I don't know. Like that's my point. Is like
you got to pull something from that era. So, 1980s kids movie.
I guess the Karate Kid did really well, but we didn't make it a cartoon. Cobra Kai.
Never ending story. Done.
I think that was a cartoon.
It's live. The movie was live action.
I,
Are you
no,
saying
no,
it
no,
turned
I
into a
think there
cartoon?
was a cartoon of it. If I'm
Um,
picturing Falcor being a cartoon.
they already brought back Dark Crystal.
They did, and I
All
don't
dogs
think it
go to
did well.
heaven. Is that too religious now?
That was already a cartoon, though. I think we had to have it live action
Oh
into.
yeah, we're live action. We're super fucking Disney in it. Fox and the Hound. It's just like the story of the Hound afterwards. Um,
I think there was a second Fox and the Hound.
Reading Rainbow. Ironically, Little Mermaid's right here. The Great Mouse Detective. It's all right there. How he became a detective. What about Oliver and Company? Like how the cat was born, or the mom of the cat. An American Tail. Like I don't
I,
even remember how that.
I
I don't remember anything about that movie except for
here
somewhere.
we're already
Out.
we're already. I fucking loved. You had Five Goes West and then American Tail, and I loved Fievel.
Is that the same movie?
Yeah, no, it's two different movies. Fievel, an American Tail, and then Fievel Goes West.
Mm.
Two different movies. First one
I
about
always heard it. I always heard it as like colon, the next title.
so the first one, Fievel, an American Tale, is when his family is immigrants into New York, and they are supposed to be, I believe, Jewish immigrants coming into New York, and then from there, the Fievel Goes West is them then trying to migrate because they're being forced to by the cat. The cat in New York like abducts his sister. That's where they then sing the song again. This is the second time they sing it. The first time. It's two movies, I think. Pretty confident. 99%. What about why don't we find out how Bob Hoskins became a detective? And
Never in the story was a cartoon, and it does not look good.
no, I remember
It
Falcor being
looks
a cartoon,
terrible.
and I remember it being
Looks
Legend of
awful
Zelda
looking.
level cartoonish.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what it is.
No, we have our origin story right now. It's the Oogie Boogie. How did we get all these bugs together to create the Boogeyman?
They all had to agree. I feel
They did it. You want to
they
be a
did.
sentient pig? Yeah, let's all
All of
just
them.
grow
All of them
together.
have consent.
It's a hive mind, and they're all different bugs. I like it.
It's like, hey, aren't you tired of like you just like trying to step on you and stuff?
What if we
Join
all
me in
just
this
got a
sack of
giant
potatoes.
sack? I'm fact checking myself real quick about American
Who's
Tail.
speaking? Who's the speaker? Me. Shut up, not you.
So okay, so the first one is just called An American Tail, and then the other
Okay,
one
so
is
I think that I just didn't understand there was a second one.
yeah, okay. So the first one is just An American Tail, and it's when he immigrates to America, and then the second one is An American Tail. Fievel Goes West,
There's a cowboy.
which is then when he meets the dog and he goes okay.
So we're both right. That's rare.
Yeah. Great Mouse Detective was another movie that I weirdly had a very strong connection to as a child. I'm fucking weird. Anyways, guys, let us know what you want to. You want a cartoon about something? What do you want? RoboCop? They had that. Remember RoboCop cartoon?
Next, yeah. They take a lot of these dark ones that we shouldn't be watching and
I
make them
just don't
cartoons,
get. I don't
so
get
that
it.
we can watch them later. I don't know.
Terminator cartoon. Our childhood was fucked with cartoons because it was the advertisement era. It was the
No, because they're
how can
watching
we
fucking
sell.
Bluey.
They're like,
Little
how
does
can
he
we
know.
sell kids fucking toys? And it was, I don't care what it is, put it in a fucking cartoon toy.
Because they were
Stripperella
watching Bluey.
cartoon
Meanwhile,
toy.
I was watching fucking Silver Surfer, where you had to sacrifice yourself so the planet could live. Being ripped away from the woman that he loves.
Fuck man, we got some
That
fucked
was
up
my
shit.
life.
If there's something out there that we're not thinking of, let us know, guys. Check us out on all social medias. It's Friendship Supreme, except for Twitter. Twitter has no eyes in the word friendship because all eyes should be on here. On our YouTube channel where you can watch us release episodes every week. We have multiple things coming out all the time. If you're bored this summer, boy, do we have fucking content for you. Make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Oh
Hit
my
that
God.
little,
All we're doing is pushing it out.
make sure you're hitting that little bell so you know when we have new episodes dropping. You guys can also check us out on Twitch if you want to come and hang out with us live while we're playing video games. If you got suggestions on something you want to hear about, comment down below. Write us an email. Write us a message on Twitter. I don't know. Fucking send us a pigeon. We do accept pigeons. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve. And whatever you do, don't feed them after midnight.